All right, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cut the Shit, Get Fit. I'm your lovely host, Rafal Matuszewski, and once again, I am driving in my car, setting up my camera on my phone in my glove box with a tripod, and hopefully it doesn't fall. Hopefully the audio is a little bit better since last time I did this, because now I'm using my earbuds, but yeah, it's going to definitely be an adventure for both of us. So I looked ahead, and we're going to do some shout outs to the top 3 cities that I'm really excited to announce. Number 1, all the way in Australia, we got a city of Melbourne. Shout out to everyone in Australia listening to my show. That's super, super awesome. Number 2, all the way in Switzerland, we have the city of Zurich. Hopefully I said that correctly. Sorry to all my Swiss listeners. And number 3, all the way in New York, we got New York City. Shout out to everyone in New York listening to my show. That's super cool. I just interviewed Donnell Morris from New York, and that was freaking awesome. What I want to talk about today is negativity, because I find that when you have negative thoughts, negative people, and a negative environment, that essentially is the worst thing you could have in your life when it comes to achieving anything. Not even just like the whole fitness and weight loss and health in general. It's all about everything in your life. So what I want to kind of attack is more so negative people. And most recently, I've dealt with a situation where one person literally influenced everything, how I felt, to the point where I got to a dark place. The kind of dark place that I was when I had to leave my business partners. And, you know, as I was going through it, I was like, holy fuck, like, why is this happening to me? Why am I feeling like this? Why am I going through something like this? And really simply, it's like, it was all because of one person. And it blows my mind that this one person could have done this to me. And who knows how much of an influence they have in their life with other people. And I was like, holy fuck, are you kidding me? Like, it literally, like, took me days to get through it. And when I was going through it, I was like, fuck, I need to talk about this, because there's a lot of negative people out there, and guaranteed that yourself right now, or, you know, your family members might be going through it, a friend might be going through it, are probably dealing with a negative person or persons in their life right this second. And, you know, I got to a place in my life where I feel like I won. Like, I feel like I have everything. And I'm so, so fortunate to say that, because most people can't even get there. You know, like, my home life is amazing. My work life is amazing. Like, I can't, like, complain at all. You know, I go into every single day so excited to attack the day, rather than what I was before, where I was like, when is this day gonna be over? And one person took all of that away from me. I was like, holy shit. And I'm a type of person that has a small circle. I don't like being in large crowds and just being, it's hard to say. There's times when I can do it, but when it comes to friends and family, I like to keep a really, really small circle, so then I don't have to deal with negative people. Because if you understand what I'm saying, there's some cases where you will honestly be exposed to that negative person every single day. You try to live with it. You try to work around it. You've, brought it up with the person. You've had multiple arguments, fights, whatever you want to call it, and it just doesn't go anywhere. And at that point, if that other person can't realize that they're the reason why you're feeling like shit, they're the reason why you hate going to work, hate coming home, hate seeing on the holidays or things like that, it's a constant losing battle. Those people, those negative people, most likely don't have the self-awareness to know that they're actually doing that. They're so self-absorbed people, and it's like a cancer, and it's also like a power trip. And then I also think a little ahead is like, why is this person being like this? Like, there's probably someone in their life right now, or was in their life, where they treated them the same way. And then they go into their place of work or at home, and they know they're the top dog in that, community. So they're going to use the same tactics on there to make themselves feel better. Like, it's a vicious cycle. And if I had one piece of advice for anyone out there, start auditing your inner circle. Whoever is that negative person, or multiple people that are negative, you just cut them out of your life. And I know that's kind of harsh and sometimes unrealistic, but it's like, you sometimes have to look out for yourself. Like, how much more can you endure of bullshit? Like, can you do this for the rest of your life, depending on how the person's, in your circle, at either work or at home? Like, this is some serious shit, like some bigger picture stuff. And, I've always kept my circle small for this reason. When I started being more self-aware of the people I was hanging out with and working with, that caused me to feel small, defeated, and not, able to be open to be who I am, I was like, fuck, I need to cut these people out. And it's literally like just pulling a Band-Aid that's been stuck there in a sensitive area, and there's going to be pain, but the moment you take it off, that cut can finally breathe and heal. So if you have a negative person in your life that makes you feel small and like you're not worth it, you're not doing yourself any favors. Do you really think that if you had to deal with a negative person like that on a daily basis, when it comes to your hopes and dreams and goals, do you think those are really going to happen? Probably not. If you're constantly being beaten down mentally, emotionally, and there's not going to be any time or energy to be devoted to what's truly important in your life. Like, I could go into this for an hour about my experience with previous examples in my life, but the moment I took the dive, the step, the jump to pull those negative people out of my life, you have no idea how much my life changed, how much more, gratitude, how much more like seeing things on the bright side. Like, something as simple as like, out here in Vancouver, it rains all the fucking time. So this is actually kind of weird that I'm talking about this and it's actually sunny. Like, we never get this much sun during the fall, but usually it rains all the fucking time, like every single day. And people out here complain about the rain all the fucking time. And I used to be that person, but now it's like, I'll be at work and, I'll ask how people are doing and someone will complain about the weather. And I'm like, so what? It's raining. How is that like influencing your life so much that you feel like you need to complain about it? It's not like you're going to be standing out in the rain the entire day. It's not like you're going to be outside in the cold without any rain gear if you have to go. That's the only thing I can see about complaining about the rain, is that you had to go outside in like shorts with no umbrella, no shoes for like an hour. Yeah, I would be pretty pissed about that too. But the fact that you're inside and you don't have to endure the rain, like, what are you complaining about? There's so many other things in your life that can be happening that day, that moment of time, that would give you joy, to look on the bright side. Like, I'm such an optimist ever since I took out negative people in my life. Like, it's ridiculous. There's almost nothing that can get me down. Wow, went on the tangent there. So, my challenge for many of you listening is to get rid of those negative people in your life, because you will be surprised how much freedom you're going to have and control over your life. You know, I've never understood how different my life could be the moment I ripped that Band-Aid off. And for the longest time in my life, I always had to hide who I truly was. And, you know, like, it wasn't like, you know, I took the plunge and, oh, look, I'm a new person. It's slowly coming out. Like, it's been 2 years since I cut the ties, and my personality is really coming out as a human being. And it's going to take a while, because I've been surrounded by negative people for a long time. And kind of like the example I said earlier, like, negative people constantly beat you down without even knowing it. And I kind of look at it as, like, depending on how many years or even decades you've had that negative person doing that to you, that's a lot of scars that you got to heal up. And honestly, if I can't put into words of how much my life has changed since taking the leap. And I don't wish on anyone feeling the same way I did, because it's like a never-ending cycle. And then you start doubting yourself. You start picking up on other negative things. It's just terrible. So I think the challenge is to start writing down all the people that make you feel like shit. First, having a conversation with them to let them know what they're doing, because maybe they have no idea that they're doing this to you, and all it takes is for you to, like, bring it up, and they'll be like, oh shit, my bad, like, I never knew that this bothered you. And then boom, you guys are like best friends forever. If they're like, oh, what are you talking about, and take another jab at you, then fuck them, like, just cut them right out. You need to surround yourself with people that are going to push you to be your better self. You need to be around people that are happy to help you. You need to be around people that will bring you up and not drag you down, as corny as that sounds. Being in an environment where people are positive and people that are more successful than you, that are open to helping you, will change your life forever. I try to surround myself with people that are better than me, so it pushes me to be better as a person. You know, it's simple as, like, just finding people that you haven't, you know, thought that could bring you that kind of fulfillment. So, going back to this original topic of cutting out negative people, something as simple as, like, people that complain a lot but don't directly, you know, cause you psychological harm are just as bad. Imagine if you go constantly out with friends, like 5 friends, and all they do is complain about their work, complain about the government, complain about how expensive everything is, complain about their life all the time, and you're in that environment. Like, where is that going to get you to? What is that going to help you with? Nothing. Imagine if you were surrounded by 5 people that when you go out for drinks with them, that they're talking about how excited they are for the weekend to spend with their family, and they're doing this thing and that thing. Another person starting a new business, and they're excited to get that going, and they ask you, all of the other friends at the table, their opinion on what they should do. And imagine, like, someone else saying, like, hey, like, we're going traveling and we want you to come. Like, imagine switching conversations like that compared to, like, oh my god, like, work's being a bitch and this person blah blah, and they just start gossiping, and, like, Toxic. Just get rid of that shit out of your life, and you'll be surprised how much your life can change. Whew. That was a good one. All right, so I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble about random shit all the time. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the support. Give me a 5-star rating on my podcast, on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever the hell you listen to my podcast. And share this podcast. Let's spread the message, you guys. Like, thank you so much for my frequent daily listeners. Like, you guys are amazing. Thank you. You're amazing. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. If you have any requests on topics you'd like me to cover, if you have any guests you want me to get on the show, let me know, and I will make it happen, because I'm here to help as many people as possible. So thank you. You guys are amazing.